My name is Jill Kerns, and I own Pipers and have since 1999. I was born and raised here, but I moved away for about 18 years, and I've been back about 20 years now. So in that time, I've owned Pipers and kind of run it along with my parents. They owned it before me, but they're still only semi-retired. The last 10 years, before I moved back, I lived in Alaska. My last job there was as a news reporter at an NPR station. Well, I'm really, really pleased that, it was the best decision I ever made was to move back to Sheraton. Both in terms of just what it's like to live here and to be a part of the business community. It's just phenomenal. The people here are just kind and caring and just really pulled together, and it's just been a real blessing to get to be a part of the business community here, and I just couldn't be happier with my coworkers and with customers, and I guess it's just all about the people for me. Probably my biggest challenge would be keeping the really core historic nature of this business, and never deviating from our core people values. But we still need to modernize. Like we have a website now, and Facebook page and all that. So kind of trying to make all of that sort of fit. That's probably my biggest challenge. Well, the store is actually built by a Mr. Stanley. I believe, that's terrible. I think it's 1888. I could have the wrong date. But then in 1905, it was bought by Joel Piper, and it has been Piper's Grocery on this corner ever since. Joel had 6 sons and a daughter, and all of them kind of grew up in the business. At one point in time, they had, I think all, maybe but the daughter, had their own store. There was one in Millerton, there was one in Corydon, Greenfield, and ultimately Bob, the youngest, ended up with this store when his father Joel retired, and he and Ruth ran it then until their respective deaths in 1978 and then in late 1987. And they're the ones that started the candy making in 1947, and so that's kind of really to kind of continue the history. My mom started working, Ann Kerns, started working for Bob, I think in 82, anyway, in the early 80s. And she just fell in love with the store. And when Bob passed away, she just didn't want it to see it go away. So kept the same cooks, same recipes and all that. And so, in the same sort of character of the store. And so when she got it from Bob's daughters, Bob and Ruth's daughters, that's why we kept the Piper's name. It's kind of continuing that legacy.
There were some real characters. Some people were very poor, some just were characters that didn't necessarily fit in with the rest of the world. But they were welcome at Piper's. And I feel like the store still is very people-oriented. My youngest son, Mike, when he was little and would be coming in the store with me, still, and Bob taught him to whistle. And he still will talk about Bob teaching him to whistle. It was just kind of a question of which one could catch the other one first. Whoever saw the other one first would whistle. And then, of course, the other one had to whistle back. So there's, real human things like that that go with pipe